cost you the generations to come. So until I will keep on this mission. You see, this mission right now is called Operation Little David. I don't need many others right now on this mission. I will keep on this mission. You see, this mission right now is called I am going to take out the dragon that has slew and slayed this country. I don't need many others right now on this mission. You hear Jamaica? If you believe in the mission, Jamaica.
As children, we learn the true meaning of being a hero.
Stand up!
Being a hero requires great sacrifice for
Put up the
others,
Jamaica flag and stand up!
not just ourselves.
Stand up against
We
tyrannical
learn about
rule.
the heroes of Jamaica's past,
Stand up
how
against
much of
them.
themselves and their
Stand
lives
up!
they had to give in building a nation we should be proud to call
Stand
home.
up, Jamaica!
We
Stand
believe
up!
in Jamaica that was more than just a country. A nation built on the foundation of their sacrifice.
For the born and the unborn on this land.
A nation of many people working as
For the
one.
born
A
and the
nation that
unborn
will
on
continue
this
to
land.
produce
Stand
legends
up
and nation
against
builders
them.
that serve towards that vision.
Better days are coming.
As
Stand
children,
up,
we were
Jamaica.
also taught the national
Stand up.
pledge, a solemn promise.
Stand
Honestly,
up.
I would like to
Unite and
believe so
fight
sure
them.
while writing this pledge understood the vision and dreams
Stand
of our
up.
heroes.
Stand up.
Declare being a hero is too much to ever ask anyone to do.
Stand up, Jamaica.
Luckily, the pledge does not require heroics of any of us. It merely asks that we honor our heroes by striving to advance our nation and ultimately inspire the world, like they and many Jamaicans have done. It's important we remember those words, these words. Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race.
I pledge my heart this island as God and faith shall lead. My work, my strength, my love, and my loyalty to thee. I pledge my life forever to serve with all the pride. Yes, I am my heart as Lord and patiently.
If you are like me, a Jamaican born and raised on this land, maybe you will remember saying those words, singing that song in a classroom or some general assembly. If so,
Stand up,
like
Jamaica.
me, you made a pledge.
Stand up.
Somehow it seems
Stand
that
up,
many of us
Jamaica.
have forgotten that.
Stand up.
The crime and violence,
Stand up.
the indiscipline and
Stand up
short-sightedness,
against
the
tyrannical rule.
corruption,
Stand up
the
against
lack of
dictatorial
respect for
brilliance.
beautiful lands
Stand
we're
up
blessed
against
with, and the
totalitarianism.
waters that
Stand up
surround and
against
nurture us.
theocracy. Stand up, Jamaica.
We have to do better. Let us honor our heroes so that they would not have sacrificed so much in vain. I hope this video can make a difference to even one soul. If so, it would all be worth it. If you feel the way I do, share it. May my voice become yours. Thanks for watching.
Jamaica. You see, before I leave today, a woman just messaged my phone and said, I need to shut up. You need to shut up because you're a part of the problem. How am I a part of the problem? I'm a part of the solution. She goes by the name Prudence Rodney. 95439368841. Miss Prudence Rodney, who you are. The only part of the problem that I was up me, and I say it unequivocally, was being a part of the team that put Andrew Holness in power. That's the only part of the problem that I contributed to. But I use my voice and my consciousness to raise the awareness of the people every day.
Every day.
So you, Prudence Rodney, I will not shut up. I will continue speaking because that's the name.
Right.
And that is what? 9543993 students. 6841.
Oh, not
See, let you say that I'm a part of the problem. Let us fix the problem.
Yes.
The ancestors must guide us. What is the number? 95439368841. Another Tutsi, Jamaica. But you see, Jamaica, we need to stand up. And in standing up, Jamaica, Michelle, I'm not taking any call now because I'm wrapping up the program.
Big up Andrews. Big up all our warriors, the know. Big up all our people watching me right now. Whether you agree with me or not. At some point, all of the people them that is sleeping will not have to go wake up. Because if it take too long to wake up, you know, go wake up and find Jamaica is a place where you don't have no more freedom left. And we have a government that is making laws to make themselves dictators. You understand? And they have been showing traits of their dictatorship. Now, going to start off with the elephant in the room. You know. I wonder why this thing I tell me about the video is what? Tell me about the video is not working. Why the video not work? When Angela Brownberg attack, what is this? What is this, Jamaica? Why the video not working now all of a sudden? All of a sudden the video not work.
I wanted to make sure.
In law, not trust resting on promises, God.
All right, so maybe, oh my God, it not work for you. Watch out. Look up on my page. I would think somebody did there. Look up on my page. Look up on my page. Yesterday when I cover it. Let me see if they cover they cover 3 hours. If they cover like hold on. Yes, I think Miss Brownberg there, so. I think Miss Brownberg there. So after, thank God. How you doing? All right, so let me get up the people in live. So Nats, big up yourself, Nats. So you're doing. No, I don't know. At the PBC website, me did it, you know. Althea, how are you? Hi, Bolo. I strongly believe. Yeah, man, I'm gonna put up the Jamaica flag in the chat. Anthony R. Bless up yourself, my general. Egla Fletcher, big up. Lyra Henry. Carleen Humphrey. Kerry and Plunkett, Erica James, Jada, what's up, my baby? Monica, what's up, darling? Jennifer Heaven, big up yourself. Hyacinth Carter, big up yourself. Nuts, Hodsweet, big up yourself. Thank you for the floating heart, darling. Thank you for the gift. Ryan Campbell, my brother, big up. My day one. Donovan Ling, bless up yourself. Yeah, man, I'm gonna put some Jamaica flag in the chat, guys. Now, Blake, bless you. Welcome for the people on TikTok. Let me shout out some people that's watching. Kathleen, Fire, One Mattis, Fatty, Doreen, Carton, Jackie, Ken, Welton, George, Annie, Miss Chin, Marcia Walker, Starlight, Sour Punch, Ian, Doreen, Milton, Keycap, Junior, Janique, Miss World, Skinny Brick, Devon Garwood, Fowl, Charmian, Marvin, Charm, Hanson, Fedi, Valve, Yvette, Duax, Olive, Jerry, Hart, Jen. Bless upon yourself. Thank you for being here. For those that are here, however long you are here, Islin Wallace, how are you? Unknown Libra, big up. Paulette, big up. Val, big up. However long you are here, guys, on TikTok, I beg you, I ask of you, I plead with you. The aim is to get to 50,000 likes. Please help me on that journey. Fitzroy, big up. Zine, Hyacinth, big up. All right? Help me to get to 50,000 likes, my people. It's very important. That's one of my mandatory aims when I go live on TikTok. If I don't get 50,000 likes, it's like I don't feel like coming on TikTok for our next time. So if you guys appreciate the platform, make it happen for me now. I think we can do that in the next half an hour. I think we can get to 50,000 likes in the next half an hour. For those on YouTube, I want to encourage each and every one of you, right here at the top of the screen, if you're watching me live, there is a thumbs up symbol like this, right? Press that symbol, the thumbs up symbol, press it. Beside it is the amount of people watching. Press the thumbs up symbol and just click it, and then it'll open up for you to hit the like button. All right? On TikTok, I have live goals outside of, in terms of gifts. Obviously, that is optional. I don't give anybody anything to put down. You understand? And whatever you send, I appreciate it. But the aim every time is to get 25 money gone. So if we get 25 money gone, we really know say, we really appreciate the platform on another level. You understand? All right. So who able to do that? Able to do that. For Bolo VNR 2.0, the options to donate, there's super chat, there's gifts. You have the pinned comment that has the Cash App name, the Cash App, the Zelle, and the PayPal. If the Zelle that's there is not working, you can reach out to me at 876-451-6535. That's 876-451-6535. I repeat, 876-451-6535, and we'll work something out. Elaine, Paulette, bless up. All right, Sharon, bless up. Let me just find Miss. Oh my God, I hope I have her. Awesome. There she is. We find her. They're on my page. So even though them delete it or I can't find it on the other one, I find it here. So find it on my page. Turn this down. I might something download already. All right, see that? Dr. Let's see why. Let us peruse why they really kicked out
Was within the
Dr.
time and
Angela
certainly
Brownberg.
on the few points I wanted to make. And
Let us see why they really
so
attacked Dr. Angela Brownberg in the parliament yesterday. Let us see why they really did it.
my responsibility as a member elected to this parliament by the people of Southwest St. Andrews. And my responsibility to ensure.
Oh, you wanna crack up, Lord have mercy. There's something really wrong with the video for true.
I went and I looked at the objects of the bill. Consequent on the passage of Hurricane Melissa and for resilience generally. And this has my full support. Extremely concerned that such an important institution having.
Let me see if we can find it on JIS. When Tufton attack, everything all
The
right.
blank check and unfettered power. And that also there are very weak provisions for transparency and accountability.
Easy, Mama Angie. I think I found a way to get this thing. This Andrew. Please like and share the video, guys. Appreciate those that do. Come now, Mama Angie, your time. Here we go. Here we go. Mama Angie time. I guess there was some problem with the feeds when she was
I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure that I was within the time and certainly on point on the few points I wanted to make. And so I've actually written it. You know, I was going through the Narra legislation and I kept thinking about my responsibility as a member elected to this parliament by the people of Southwest Andrews. And my responsibility to ensure that.
yeah, them block the video, Jamaica. Them block the video. Them block the video. Them block the video. You know play. Stop play. The video stop play. Them block the video. Come like them a edit PR part out or something. Them literally block the video.
On point on the few points I wanted to make. And so I've actually written it 21.2 to set deadlines for decisions, for approvals, or other inputs made or submitted by the authority. The truth is that of a very high-handed approach in how this is worded. And I reiterate that recovery and resilience projects are going to require fast tracking. We understand that. No question about that. But I am sure these approving entities are all on board. And therefore, there must be some way, after all, these are the same entities who are going to have responsibility for post-approval monitoring. Yes? But NARA is designed to run roughshod over their opinions. And so that's in my head. But then again, I'm thinking that this is the same government with connected persons involved in one way or another with construction, some even being flagged for building breaches. Yes, yeah. And therefore, I am thinking that the NARA legislation should also include a provision to resolve the objections by agencies. Otherwise, what's the message that we are sending to everyone with an application before those same authorities? So what is it? It's only the big trousers man them can ignore parish council. The rest of us mortals have to go make changes to our plans when they object to what we have in front of them. That for me don't sit right. It doesn't sit right. Quite frankly, Madam Speaker, I think there's a very easy fix for this, quite frankly. I believe that what we could do is simply include in the legislation actual pre-approval consultation. Yes? So that that mechanism is encompassed in the law itself. Madam Speaker, whether it is UHWI, Market Me, Cornwall Regional, CMU,
Okay, and that's why them run her out of parliament. There we go. Market me, UHWI. Say it again, Mama.
encompassed in the law itself. Madam Speaker, whether it is UHWI, Market Me, Cornwall Regional, CMU, WHI, Nessal, Petrojam, the purchase of used school buses, the lack of transparency,
Yes,
the questions around oversight,
yes.
yes, loom large. They loom large. And then I looked on the part two of
And one thing you should never say, you should have talked about the anti-owner statutory declaration. Because that's one big sore in a lack of trust.
the bill, clause
Big
7.
sore.
And I see that the minister may appoint a committee to examine and report to the minister on any matter arising out of or connected with any of the authority's power. But that is may.
May.
First of all,
That means that they don't have to. They don't have to. Play that again. More to understand the dangers of this bill when they pass this morning. You know. Listen to the argument.
and then I looked on the part 2 of the bill, clause 7.
Yes.
And I see that the minister may appoint a committee to examine and report to the minister
Yes.
on any matter arising out of or connected with any of the authority's power.
May.
But that is may.
They don't
May.
have to.
First of all, I believe that Narra needs a proper oversight committee,
Yes.
where that appointment is not may, but shall,
Shall.
in terms of these kinds of reports and overview.
Must.
There should also be a mandatory reporting cycle to Parliament, as the opposition leader and others have signaled and suggested.
Yes.
So, Madam Speaker,
Splash digit.
as I take my seat,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that all of what I have placed on the table does not leave me with a level of trust
Yes.
that would have me voting for this NARA legislation in its current form without specific clauses in the legislation to ensure greater transparency and accountability.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it's my children and grandchildren.
Yes.
It is going to be the people of Southwestern
Yes.
in fact, all Jamaicans
All of
who
us.
are going to bear the burden of repaying this debt. Thank you.
Oh gosh, man. No, Angela Brownberg really put it into perspective for the regular man to understand. Several different examples of how we just don't trust the government, and with good reason. With absolutely good reason, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely good reason. And then here comes the wicked witch of the house.
Or it's concerned to the table. Look, no, she did. She did. She said that's not what she voted. And no. And Mr. Cousins, I don't know why you'd like to be here forever.
It started with Marlin Malawu Fort. One Debs. It started with Malawu Fort and then bullying Malawu Fort to vote the other way where them want to vote. I say it started now.
Okay? But the member's explanation, which I listened to, did not accord. She was actually objecting to the amendment being suggested. That's what I got from her statement. So let me tell you, members, the ayes 32, the nays 27, and absent 3. Members, the clause carries as amended. Next clause,
I wish to put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments. I wish to put clause 5, 6, and 7 without amendments.
5, 6, and 7 without amendments. Members, the person piloting the bill, that's not a joke, you know. 5, 6, and 7. You don't ever do that, member. Marshall, please. Angela Brownberg, I name you. Outside. Marshall, go for her.
Courtney want to go on.
Angela Brown Burke. Members, I name Angela Brown Burke and ask that she be removed from the chamber. Those in favor? Those against, the ayes have it. Member outside.
Mr. Minoboy People's National Party immediately got up and stood up in the parliament. Immediately. This is a pivotal moment. A pivotal moment. You understand? Everybody stand up around Angela Brown Burke. Two of the biggest man them. Right? Dr. Dayton Campbell, the Damian Crawford there. Every man stand up. Every man stand up. Me love it. Me love it, me love it, me love it, me love it, me love it.
Rules of order, number 43.
My thing is, when Daryl Vaz and I run up in Jamaica, and I go on the most way, all of us bad in the parliament, them never see to kick him out. Them never see to call me. Me say, People's National Party. I'm going to say this to the People's National Party. When you can't screenshot this and tag anybody who want to know. When you stop ramp with the JLP them in a parliament, yeah? Yeah, man. No key and car in with nobody. Get me? No. No cordial, nothing. Shun the very appearance of all of the evil them over there. You understand? And anybody were quiet and I come to you, right? No, hold on the splash digit. Remember say Dr. Alfred Dawes, they apologize to such man, and we never did like that. We shouldn't apologize. You understand? But I general same way. So me I say, we don't want to hear no body business. Brother, this is war. I mean, I said that complete. This is war against tyrannical rule. This is war against dictatorship. This is a fight to maintain our democracy. And we must use every legal means to win this war. So them pass the bill there. Them pass the Narra bill, you know. Them no business about how it look. They no business say the people in the confidence time. Ugly blows and skirt Donovan Williams turn up about him and make statement. Eh? Him supposed to be in front of the ethics committee. What's up, Maxine? For what happened with
Subsection 2. The Speaker or Chair shall order any member whose conduct is grossly disorderly to withdraw immediately from the House during the remainder of the day sitting and may direct such steps to be taken as are necessary to enforce such order.
You see what happened?
Member Angela Brown Burke, member.
One Angela Brown Burke. Hey, Mr. Al Fitz Jackson. Fitz Jackson stand up right in front of Angela Brown Burke. Come out and see it. Peter Bunting, right side of Angela Brown Burke. Dr. Dayton Campbell. Chris Brown. Oh, you're gonna big up on yourself. All wavelines to come out and see. Then pass the bill, man. Yeah, man. Because remember, say Mark Bolin never wrong. You know, Mark Bolin said they are going to be wrong and strong. I played it for you guys. Mark Bolin, yo, let me play it for you. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. I hereby move. Madam Speaker, I hereby move that the member for St. Andrew South be suspended for the rest of the duration of the House. Hey, me here say my hypocrite, you know. Me here say him a hypocrite, you know. Me here say him one of them, allegedly. We have sent message to the PMP over PMP side and I say, yes, fight for us. We don't believe in this. And he can't talk over there because of one big old dictatorship over Jamaica Labour Party. I saw me here, I don't know. I don't know how true it is. I saw me here. And you see, this takes away from the very the multiple failures of the Jamaica Labour Party. Ones which I am going to explore right now that came out of Damian Crawford's speech. Yes.
This is larger than some of our parish's population. Additionally, our men are extremely at risk, as in 2025, 560,000 of the men in employment was without any form of qualification, and for women, 327,000. This, I must point out, Madam Speaker, does not include the 722,000 that is not within the labor force, the set that have withdrawn themselves from seeking opportunity to work. So indeed, if one should assume correctly that the vast majority of those that have given up on the probability of employment would be in the same position as the 887,000 that have no qualification, we have at this point over 1 million persons of the ripe working age that is without any qualification.
In little over 24 hours, all local food items is going to be increased by 9%. Winston, big up. Carol, big up. That is the reality of this wicked government.
At all. One would therefore be wondering if Paac Trust NTA is coming to the rescue. However, Madam Speaker, the simple answer to that is a categorical no. Indeed, in 2024-2025, Paac NSTA enrolled 137,442 persons. One would be surprised to note that the certification rate of those persons was only 39.3%. Of the 137,422, only 53,669 were certified. This indicates that over 80,000 having been enrolled for that particular year did not achieve the most basic of certification. Madam Speaker, this is a continuation of the assessment by the Auditor General in 2020 that found that the average certification rate for Heart Trust NTA over the 5-year period of assessment was 45%. Madam Speaker, instead of seeking to fix things, the Heart Trust NTA decided to surrender their ambition and indicated that the goal that they had at that time of 70 to 80% certification was indeed, and I quote, a stretched goal, and that they would revise from an internal assessment the expectation to 45 to 50%. Madam Speaker.
Miss Birdie, good evening. How are you doing, Wiz? How are you doing, darling? Bless up, bless up, bless up. When you hear that? 70 to 80%. Anna Ramsey, bless up. 70 to 80% was the pass mark in terms of the amount of kids that would pass at heart. And they dropped it to 40 to 45%. Listen to this.
An analysis of this year suggests that they even missed that particular goal.
You hear that? So they lowered the goal and they still missed it this year.
Because we are now at 39%.
Failure upon top of failure upon top of failure where education is concerned under the Jamaica Labour Party. How can you build a country with resilience when the people don't have basic educational skills and tools to maneuver to produce?
The OECD global average is 62%, and many, many other institutions are way above Jamaica. When you look at this reality, one recognizes that we are facing a serious problem. Now, when we further analyze those that were actually certified, the vast majority was certified at level 2, what is now currently the lowest level of certification, as they have been phasing out level 1. 70% were level 2, 15% were level 3, and 3% was level 4. It made no sense for us to continue from 5 to 8, as the numbers were indeed immaterial. The level 2 are supervised workers that cannot operate without supervision.
Jamaica, outside a level 2 can operate without supervision, and that is the basic pass mark at the institution. It's like that Jamaica no one real place. Look on this. Yo, the man shook the lady, you know. The man shook the lady, you know, the man in a uniform, you know. And the man shook the lady, you know. Me said there's a spirit over Jamaica. A dark spirit over Jamaica. And this government is to be blamed for it. There is a dark spirit over Jamaica. And this government is to be blamed for it. Sound funny, don't you? Yeah, but oh, we are talking about the government. If you don't understand spiritual wickedness in high places, I don't know if you tell them. There is a darkness over this country, and it's this government. You understand? Man, they are feeling a fight to blows and screw. They can't bother.
When we go to the secondary floor, it continues. Only 19%. The Lord is good all the time. 350. 350. And the staff, of course.
One Damian Crawford, never two.
One more down. Yes. Next one. Next. All right. So as you can see here, only 1 in 5 students leave with the basic certification that is necessary, equivalent to what the United States call a GED.
1 in 5. Damn, that's 20%. 20% of the students at heart leave with what is considered a GDE. 20% out of 100%.
There would have been a uproar in the United States, member from St. James, appropriately dressed in the national colors, if the GED rate was only 19%.
Marlin Malawo Ford, hey, they not stop rubbing out. They not stop putting a hot seat, Marlin Malawo Ford. Yo.
Indeed, if you look at the numbers, because sometimes the percent becomes misleading, of the 30-something thousand, 34,000 that sat the exam, 6,000 achieved the basic minimum, and 26,000 did not achieve that minimum of 5 subjects, including math and English.
34,000 in Jamaica. 34,000 in 26,259 failed. 6,080 succeeded. From the man kiss the wall, not true, Courtney? From him kiss the wall.
That this have been consistent for a while. Over a 10-year period, you would have 260,000 that did not achieve 5 subjects, including math and English. To the opposite, you will have only 60,000 that will have achieved this. So, this is 1 year. This is 1 year. Now, next, go next.
And that is 1 year. 1 year. 1 calendar year. Wow.
Yes. It is said, Madam Speaker, that the ministry has therefore sought to disregard and to sell a lie in the conversation moving forward. And this has been proven when we consider math and English, as has been reported by the Ministry of Education, and as is the reality when it comes to the assessment of the numbers. More recently, Madam Speaker, we saw a headline in the newspaper that suggested that improved performance in 2025 CSEC English and math. There, the minister suggested that Jamaica was outpacing
Marlin Malo 40 talking, hear them an embarrassment.
And outperforming the Caribbean. And I would quote, the minister says, regional average is 80% for students passing English. We have surpassed the region in English A. The region average for mathematics is 39% of students passing mathematics. We are above the regional average again in mathematics, and unquote. However, Madam Speaker, this quote is deeply misleading.
Yo, hold on, before we go to the court being if I play the court being
a serious assessment of the mathematics passes would have shown the following. 1, the lowest level of enrollment in the last 2 decades. In 2025, enrollment was 32,339 compared to 2023 of 35,768. Of course, one may assume that maybe the birth rates have changed. A quick assessment of a reasonable period for which a 16 or 17-year-old will be doing the exam indicated that only 200 more persons were born in that specific year. So what this is showing is that in 2025, there was less participation of the age cohort in the examination and school process. Secondly, in 2025 was also the lowest in 2 decades sitting, 17,831. And the examiners wanted to assess
by suggesting that the pass rate was only for those who sat the examination. This big hullabaloo and grandstanding about moving from 37% to 44% only included 9 additional passes. In 2024, we had 7,817. In 2025, we had 7,826. Indeed,
Jamaica, how embarrassing. So, this is what what's up, Antonio? This is what the Jamaica Labour Party do, you know. Bro, yo, in 2024, they had 7,817 passes. Math passes. And in 2025, they had 7,826. That is 9 more than the year before, and they celebrated and they tapped themselves on the shoulder. It's not 900 more, you know. It's 9, you know, single, you know, with no zero in front or behind it, you know. 9. You know, 9, the number 9. 9 more passes than 2024. And they come out and they have a press conference and they say, oh, see, the Jamaica Labour Party, we're trending in the right direction and education is doing well and all of this. Rubbish. God is good. Big up yourself. Rubbish. All right, so TikTok, I'm going to say it again. May have more people who watch me now than I said it before. The aim is 50,000 likes, TikTok. The aim is 50,000 likes. Me I beg you to hit the like button. Hillary, how you doing? Me also ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in the bio of my TikTok page. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Innovation Big Up. Zane, Courtney said labor never mean no good for the people. No time. No, from me I grow. I have sense. 65-year-old now. Boy, brother, when you look on the man in track record, I mean, how can you celebrate 9 more passes? My aim says, I don't trust nobody in the Jamaica Labour Party. Not even one somebody me see where me hold and say, yo, that person, there, Samara, big up. Say that person they have some integrity. Not even one of them. Arbin Hill, nobody. All of them will claim to them are Christian. I don't trust none of them Jamaica. Not even one me not trust.
Because while it is that if you look as a percentage of those who sat the examination at 43%, if you look at a percent of those enrolled, our mathematics passes is 24.2%. Now, it must be admitted and added that all our children are to be doing mathematics and English. And so an appropriate assessment would have been of the enrollment at this particular point in time. Madam Speaker, there is also a greater cause for concern because further analysis suggested that approximately 20% of the age cohort were not even enrolled. They had given up on school. And so therefore, while it's 24% of the enrollment, it's 19.3% of the age cohort that passed mathematics. Madam Speaker, this grandstanding of ahead of the Caribbean has been proven untruthful, as the vast majority of the Caribbean countries that we seek to compare enroll more than 70%, sit 70% of their enrollment sit these examinations. We go further, Madam Speaker, to move to the English language. Again, we would have seen lowest level of enrollment, lowest level of persons sitting the examination. However, an assessment of those who pass would indicate that of sitting, we are at 85%, but of enrollment, we are at 51.7%.
So, you see where JLP do. All of you comrades out there that have a platform, you must do everything. All of you, I talk about I don't business if you have one follower. Every one of you must come out and condemn this Narra bill. They want the conversation to be about Dr. Angela Brownberg. Clarky, what's up? Yeah, Dana Morris, it's not she, as she education minister. As she, Imata, Carol Bishop, big up. Every single well-thinking Jamaican should come out and do a video against the Narra bill. Everyone I know. Inform on yourself, do the reading, look on the bill as is, and condemn the bill. The JLP is not saying that what the PMP is saying is a lie. You know. They are saying it's necessary and we should trust them. Do you trust them? Put a video out and let it categorically be clear. Everybody do a video. Say no to Narra. Same title. Say, we say no to the Narra bill. Everybody that have a problem with the Narra bill, do a video. Stop talking about the PMP, for this and the PMP, for that. You are the people and you have the power. Zine, when name Marvin Edgar have up one thing when I say, May 1st, no movement there. No purchase nothing. Don't go to work, no movement there. Don't drive it kind of your yard, no movement there. The day when them raise the taxes. What do Jamaica? We not go sling and just take everything when them a dash for we and not use legal means. That's what you're gonna do. Patricia Blair, big up. Me say, if you do a video on the social media page, do a video. Enough to be more than 30 seconds. We say no to Narra bill. And if they want to have the conversation in the comment section, we can always reply. But make it be clear when you say no to the Narra bill. We cite a no confidence in Andrew Onis and several different members of the Jamaica Labour Party that are questionable in character. We don't trust them to be stewards managing our money that our people have got to pay back, our grandchildren, great-grandchildren have got to pay back years from now. We don't. Stand up, Jamaica, and raise your voice in concert. Just like what Andrew wants us to do against the government. David, big up yourself. Always supporting the platform. We can't depend on a few people on TikTok. We come over here and I have to beg them to like the live. I have to beg them to send gifts. Right? Big up yourself. I have to beg them to join the fan club. Big up all of my fan club member them. Big up all of my moderator them on TikTok. Big up all of my moderator them on YouTube. And big up all Karen Wagwan. And big up every single person that is a member of Bolo VNR 2.0. On a large, on a honor tall over here, so. Seeing big up all of my member them, and I encourage other persons on Bolo VNR 2.0 to become a member of the platform and support the platform. There's 2 memberships there for you to purchase. And I have a lot of membership-only content. Hundreds of videos that is on membership only. All right?
Then process. If we go back to the conversation that the minister herself had, that we were almost at 80% as a Caribbean average, that 51% would be far from the Caribbean average. Madam Speaker, is it therefore within our purview to ignore thousands of Jamaican children who have not been given even the opportunity as assessed by their teachers to enter, and then claim that we are improving if we should do a reduction of those who sit and the percent from those who pass? Madam Speaker, at the primary level, it continues. The 4-grade literacy rate in 2025 indicated 65% at full literacy. This is down from 84% in 2015. Madam Speaker, we're moving in the wrong direction.
Whoa, say that again. Say that again, Mr. General.
At the primary level, it continues. The 4-grade literacy rate in 2025 indicated 65% at full literacy. This is down from 84% in 2015.
From 84%, that's what, 19% decrease in my God, the youth them get done that labor right them. No man.
Madam Speaker, we're moving in the wrong direction.
Of course.
For English language, at the PEP level, over 10,000 students did not achieve basic proficiency.
What?
And in mathematics, almost over 12,000 did not achieve.
Hey, let me tell you something. You see, maths, especially maths, and English too, but especially maths. Yeah, any country that have to deal with development, growth, production, maths is essential. Maths is the language of production. So if you is not competent in maths, it's very hard for you to produce or even gauge or understand what producing is. Big up Shernet. Shernet has become an honorable member of Bolo VNR 2.0. Hey, we have to run up the applause to Shernet, you know, man. Big up Shernet. Yes. Yes. Big up yourself, Shernet. Big up yourself. The word is love. One more honorable member of the platform. You get your badge, you get the emoji them. Me need to check out the emoji them in a Shernet. Welcome. Selvanev, big up. You know, Selvanev is supposed to send us some things. I looked them up, but I haven't sent them to you. I'm going to send them to you now. Let's continue.
Proficiency. Madam Speaker, at that level, we found that less than 60% were proficient in all courses. From the age of 12, the failing is evident and prevalent in our children going forward. Madam Speaker, we move to the basement. And here at the early childhood level, an assessment was done of 4-year-olds to see if they're ready for education. Of the 29,729 that were assessed, only 54% was said to be at the level for ready for education. The other 46% was said not to be at the level for education. Now, Madam Speaker, the assessment of this information goes further, where it indicated that almost 11% did not show up for assessment. So this 29,000 is not indicative of the total number of persons enrolled, as many, about 11%, did not show up to be assessed.
Wow. So 11% did not show up to be assessed? No, play that back. Them are statistically dangerous.
729 that were assessed, only 54% was said to be at the level for ready for education. The other 46% was said not to be at the level for education. Now, Madam Speaker, the assessment of this information goes further, where it indicated that almost 11% did not show up for assessment. So this 29,000...
11% did not show up for assessment outside of those that were... So you would have to add the 29,000 and then the 54% milestone is not accurate because you would have to factor in how much is the 11% and whether or not who is not qualified and who is qualified. Hey, I'm telling you something, man. I'm telling you something.
Is not indicative of the total number of persons enrolled, as many, about 11%, did not show to be assessed. The actual assumption that is reasonable is the vast majority of those did not see themselves prepared to be ready at age 4 for education. Madam Speaker, what we have seen in early childhood education is a habit of underfunded and low contributions. Indeed, when one looks at early childhood chronically underfunded, public funding 24.24% of GDP, the international standard is 1%. Fully certified institutions are 15%, and degree holders are teachers with degrees within the sector at 18.7%. Madam Speaker, 4.3 years of learning, the World Bank indicated, that Jamaicans have been going to school for 11.4 years, is likely to have effective learning of 7.1 years, indicating that an average student in 11th grade is performing at the 7th grade level because of 4.3 years of learning loss.
Whoa. Go back. No. They must start it. Let me screenshot them something here. Where am I put up? Jesus have mercy, Father God, take a pill of everything.
And degree holders are teachers with degrees within the sector at 18.7%. Madam Speaker, 4.3 years of learning, the World Bank indicated, that Jamaicans have been going to school for 11.4 years, is likely to have effective learning of 7.1 years, indicating
so the 11.4 years, the 11.4 years that the Jamaican people them are going to school for, only 7.1 of those years are effective years of learning. The other 4.3 years, there's a learning gap. Mighty God.
The average student in 11th grade is performing at the 7th grade level because of
Wow.
4.3 years of learning loss. That actual assessment by the World Bank, same study, indicated that because of inaccess to adequate education and health, approximately the Jamaicans per individual will be 53% as productive when they grow up as if they got the adequate education. And
A child born in Jamaica today will be only 53% as productive when they grow up as they could be with complete education and full health. Jesus have mercy. So hold on to Jamaica. Wanna remember when Mark Golding put out a statistics from the overseas entity. I don't know if it's, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it had something to do with the food. It has something to do with food security. Basically, most Jamaicans, over 50%, not getting nutritional food to eat. So there's two things happening here. Lack of good learning, there's a learning gap, and people being able to feed themselves. Isn't that going to increase now with all of the price hike them and everything? What the, yo, man, listen, ladies and gentlemen. We got a problem. Listen, we have a problem building infrastructure while not dealing with these issues that are paramount. Education, health, those are paramount, you know. How, listen, it's like the man them, the police them analyze the people, them, it's like they want to replace you with the robot or something. I want to go on in Jamaica. How can you not focus on the people? The people is the greatest capital. Their development is the most important thing. How can you not focus on the people? Jamaica, at the end of the day, you know, with all of these statistics, you know, if you don't use it to stand up on May 1st and any other day that you decide to come together. But you have to decide to come together under one banner to stand up against these things. Michelle, how you doing? Oh, Michael, sorry. Michael, how you doing?
the adequate healthcare. This, Mr. Prime Minister, is where the productivity problem starts.
Yes.
And where the productivity solution lies. The actual assessment of these realities have proven
and you don't want to look
as if they got the adequate education and the adequate healthcare. This
is where it starts, my brother. Let me take a screenshot of this. Campion versus Holy Trinity, the unequal architecture, technological gap, nutrition gap, absenteeism gap, teacher availability gap. Mighty God.
Mr. Prime Minister, is where the productivity problem starts and where the productivity solution lies. The actual assessment of these realities have proven that there are certain gaps in the literature that have contributed to this failure. One of those gaps include technology, absenteeism, nutrition, etc. And I indicate here a comparison of Campion and Holy Trinity. Not to disparage Holy Trinity, but to just show the reality. It is certain among all of us, and we would bet a reasonable sum, that the person at Campion, all things held constant, have greater access to technology. We would accept that the person of Campion compared to Holy Trinity is less absent. We would accept that nutrition is more available to the person at Campion. We will accept that teachers and quality teachers are more likely to be constantly and consistently available at Campion. We would
No, hold on.
will accept that Campion students will have much greater access to learning materials, more parent involvement, also highly motivated or a higher level of motivation, and have gotten early exposure. This is where the solution lies, Madam Speaker. Now let's assess.
No, do you guys know that they might try for this kind of government to court? Because students are at the basic school and primary level are not getting free education, as the Constitution states. Do you know that he's carrying the government to court? He's very serious, and we stand with him. Yeah, man. Jamaica, all the things you have to carry government to court for. there's a dereliction of their duties. There is a dereliction of their duties. I'm going to say big up to them, man, Crawford. Yeah, man.
What the government has done.
Oh, yeah, Clark is saying, Andrew only talk about people need to be more productive. But Damian Crawford has demonstrated where the productivity problem starts. That is it. That is it.
Contributing to the technology gap, the government has pronounced and celebrated 3,000 laptops being distributed to 500 primary schools. Now, first of all, it means that about 300 primary schools have gotten no laptop. However, those who got a laptop only got 6 laptops. So therefore, the schools, to share among themselves, receive 6 laptops each. Now, that assessment has been done here with the different schools and the frequency. Those schools that we have 1 to 100 students, they are getting 18 minutes per laptop. The ones with 100 to 200, they're getting 9 minutes. And if we go to
18 minutes, brother, what work you can do on your laptop for 18 minutes? So let me tell you, say, 2 minutes out of that, I will start up and search where you're looking for. And I'm being generous. I'm being very generous.
2 ones with 500 to 1,000, they're getting 3 minutes from the laptop. Now, further, Madam Speaker, the minister indicated in the Standing Finance Committee that we would have the target was 30 laptops. Now, the goal is 60 minutes per day. In that assessment, therefore, 235 of the smallest schools, or 10% of our children, will be adequate. However, the other 90% would still, even with the goal, not be adequate. It is taking less time to turn on your phone, to put in your password, than the child will have with a laptop. When it comes to
I literally just said it's gonna take you like 2 minutes just to turn on it. And you see, man, make the point. Laptops, bro, and people have them phone.
The nutrition gap, we have seen where between 25 and 33% of students arrive at school hungry. That is a research in Jamaica. That between 25 and 33% don't get hungry when they get to school. They arrive at school hungry. Leave them yard hungry. We also found 5% food insecurity, 30% skipping meals, and 29% have been hungry for at least 1 day in that week of assessment. Madam Speaker, what has been the government intervention? Big and bold in the budget was that they were allocating 347 million for basic school nutrition. When one analyzed that there's 111,000 persons currently at the basic school level at 190 days, this translates to $18.24 per child. This is the contribution that the government highlights that they're giving. Additionally, Madam,
the government allocates 347 million to basic school for nutrition, translating $18.24. You see, me telling you, you know, this is why I'm doing this, you know. Dr. Angela Brownberg is not the news. This is the news. $347 million for basic school. That equates to $18.24 per child. What can you cook? What, as a matter of fact, when I get to cook it, what can you buy with $18.24 for your child? Jamaica that can't even buy one sandwich biscuit. As a matter of fact, there's some sweetie we probably can't buy. I don't think you hear me, you know. Kimi shall big up yourself. Which one of the labor rights blogger them pan TikTok can go argue with Bolo now? Where? When we have the genius them put out information like this, statistics, real statistics like this, to judge the government based off a performance. When some idiot come and talk about 1 p.m. and best government where? This way, Brat, where I deal with Brat? This way they beat them with the information and you know the only thing them can say? The PMP couldn't do no better. And then they go back and go, you can't even buy a mint ball, Brat. Then they go back and you go look pan back in the day when the PMP did actually in a power the economy this state and everything. And you say, but wait, what kind of policy system at all? See somebody come out. See somebody, I tell you say one labor right there and I miss somewhere, you know. Me tell you say one labor right there and I miss somewhere. Me tell you no, me know someone labor right there and I miss somewhere. Because I could have feel them a cringe behind the teeth. Yeah, behind the teeth. Yeah, behind the teeth. We could have feel them a cringe behind the phone screen. But really a cringe behind the teeth still. The whole of the teeth them in the Jamaica Labour Party. Yes. Mighty God. $20 cannot buy one sweetie. Mighty God. That they left for the people them. $18.24 per child per day for a meal program. The Paac program has 180,000 participants, yet the breakfast program target only 69,000 students. A fully funded program at $76.26 cents per child would cost $1 billion. Wow. Wow. Mighty God.
When one analyzes that there's 111,000 persons
Pablo,
currently
big
at
up.
the basic school level at 190 days, this translates to $18.24 per child per day. This is the contribution that the government highlights that they're giving. Additionally, Madam Speaker,
Multiple calls for principals and education participants to close this gap have fallen on deaf ears. The allocation is not a feeding program, it's an underfunded gesture. He never told a lie. Christopher said, when will Jamaican people get up again, get up and rise up against this corruption and uncaring government? That is the $1 million question, my brother. Gregory Morris, big up yourself. Arthur Lyon, big up. Janet Allen, how are you? Who else we seen that place just pop up all over? Pablo, big up yourself. Hmm? No, sir.
the Paac, additionally, Madam Speaker, I'm asking for protection. Additionally, Madam Speaker, the Paac program has over 180,000 children participating on Paac. The government has decided that they will target for breakfast 69,000 students. One assess the $1 billion that they have allocated. Those 69,000 students, that is not inclusive of approximately 110,000 students who are in need and on Paac. Those 69,000 have a contribution of $76.26 per day.
Jamaica, 110,000 students is not getting the help for them need. Well, 110,000 plus is not getting the help for their need at the Paac program based off the budget allocation from the Jamaica Labour Party. And even with the $1 billion, each 69,000 plus student is getting $76.26. Mighty God, $76.26 per child. I'm gonna wrap on the head around that, you know. It hurt me. These are the best PM they say, best government. Wow. This is what the media doesn't want to talk about, you know. They want to focus on Angela Brown Burr. But this is what the media needs to focus on. As a country, if we are not, then try to sabotage in presentation, yes.
Protection. Additionally, Madam Speaker, the Paac program has over 180,000 children participating on Paac. The government has decided that they will target for breakfast 69,000 students. One assess the $1 billion that they have allocated. Those 69,000 students, that is not inclusive of approximately 110,000 students who are in need and on Paac. Those 69,000 have a contribution of $76.26 per day. Madam Speaker, the principals have been concerned and there have been high levels of quarrel among them for this reality. One of the most recent was that a principal wrote to the teachers that they will only be able to distribute for the rest of the term 3 days per week because it's not sufficient to spend on the entire amount. Madam Speaker,
Wow.
we also suffer from chronic absenteeism. Chronic absenteeism is said to be missing 10% of the school year. That's 19 days. We are going as high as 35% in some of our regions, and the lowest region is 18%, that is Kingston. So every single region is in the category of chronic absenteeism. Indeed, in some deep rural areas, we have as high as 55% absenteeism, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, they have indicated in a hurricane recovery myth that all our schools are open. However, Madam Speaker, assessment in that suggests that there is hidden absenteeism. What is meant by hidden absenteeism? A child is only perceived absent if he was supposed to be at school. At this point, there are some schools still offering 3 days on and 2 days off to have a rotation of students, causing among the children a learning loss of 40 to 60% because they were not supposed to be at school, not calculated in the absenteeism numbers. Indeed, the newspaper indicated that in St. Elizabeth, over 400.
Jamaica, the man them have a rotation of 2 days and 3 days to pick to come to school. And those kids that are at rotation is not considered missing school if they have only 3 days. So the numbers that they have given us of absenteeism is way higher than what the reality is. Is way lower than what the reality is, sorry. The number that they have given us statistically, that this is the amount of absenteeism in schools, percentage-wise. It is inaccurate. It's way higher than that. Yeah, everyone is not entitled to their own facts. Facts is facts. You're absolutely right, Clarky. And big up UK in the building, you know. Canada, Jamaica, Caribbean, and big up on yourself. Hey, on a rep on the flag in our chat for me, ladies and gentlemen. Rep on the flag. Rep where you wanna live and where you come from. So you can put the Jamaica flag plus wherever you live. Rep where you wanna live. Africa, big up. See, if some people there from Europe want to big up on themselves to rep on the flag. Rep your flag in the chat. Let's go.
Students were still not found. But if you don't only read the heading in the absenteeism numbers, indeed, the newspaper indicated that in St. Elizabeth, over 400 students were still not found. But if you don't only read the headline, you will see further down where the police himself indicated we went into a very small sample to collect information and we reached 400 before we went into the large sample. Indeed, despite the Ministries of Education pronouncement, the president of the Students' Council Association for that region indicated that in and over St. James, St. Elizabeth, and Manchester, they were observing less than half the usual capacity in the classroom. This is what we are going, Madam Speaker. As we
all of my loyal viewers, again on Bolo VNR 2.0, I invite you to become an honorable member of the platform, all right?
Move forward, we see region 1 is 18%, region 2 is 20%, 3, 18%, region 4, 28 to 34%, region 6, 35%. Every single region is in the phase of chronic absenteeism. Madam Speaker, there's been a reality that absenteeism leads to dropout. And the research done by the World Bank have indicated that at the different levels of education, we consistently lose children participation. We have a dropout at the lower secondary level. Only 75% of the students are attending or enrolled. At the upper secondary, 58%, because more and more they have dropped out. Madam Speaker, when we go down and look at some of the reasons for this dropout, we see that 41% of the boys simply say they're no longer interested. Now, if we should look at the total number between 2010 and 2017, you will realize that there's an increase in the number that just don't want to attend school. There's a decrease in the value of education in that period of time. In 2010, 90% said they simply didn't want to. In 2017, 32% said they simply didn't want to. When we look at our boys, they're the ones.
32% they say they just don't want to. Fully dunce. Dunceness increase. Mighty God. Brown man security wagwan. Antigua in a place. So I mean, big up yourself, General. Hey, me tell you say, this I want if you watch. Damian Crawford speech, King Bravo, big up yourself. Damian Crawford speech, I what them don't want to know fit. Actually, I listen to. That's why I play it. Andrew Onis and his wife is the weapon that is farm against this country. And they want to turn it in a police state as far as me see, and a dictatorial rule. Jamaican people don't have to stand up.
2017, 32% said they simply didn't want to. when we look at our boys, they're the ones that clearly don't want to. But look at our girls. 49% had to drop out because of pregnancy. This is a major problem that we have to consider, Madam Speaker. And to this, of the total female dropout, the total female dropout. Teen pregnancy, Madam Speaker, has become a problem in this country. Indeed, the average as recorded by the Jamaican institutions is 6,000 per year. Madam Speaker, if one looks at the reality that there is approximately 13 years of education between age 6 to age 17, we will recognize that in school at this time, 78,000 children are children of children in school at this particular point. Looking at the rate of 6,000 per year. Madam Speaker, we therefore are asking for a reconsideration once again of the age of consent, and I once again believe that this Parliament should consider the movement from 16 to 18 as we move from a 5-year secondary institution to a 7-year secondary experience going forward.
What do you guys think about that? I like it. John, what's up, John? Yeah, I'm going to play Dr. Alfred Dawes too, trust me. We're not going to stop playing that. We're not going to stop playing that. Because that right there is the unfiltered message that the masses need to hear. All right? I appreciate every speaker of the People's National Party, but Dr. Alfred Dawes, he hit it in certain ways. You know, he hit the point in certain ways that I believe that, you know, the regular Jamaican people can, you know, relate to at the grassroots level. And that's what you want. That's what you want from a speaker. You want the speaker to do that. But I am taking down every slide of Damian Crawford because, man, if you look at some of these statistics, it's crazy. Listen to this.
Speaker, we have to protect our children. And to that extent, Madam Speaker, we're asking for these things to be considered. Madam Speaker, the government response have been failed bus system. We have also impacted negatively the teachers' ownership of vehicles, despite the insistence that the principals and the guidance counselors should move into these areas to interface with the children and get them back. There has been no increase in the Paac program. Madam Speaker, there is an exodus of teachers moving out of school.
True.
10 years ago, 350 resignations in that year. In 2022, 1,800 resignations in that particular year. Madam Speaker, additionally, 145 math teachers resigned in 2022. That's 10% of the math teachers that are available to the system.
Wow.
Madam Speaker, the government has failed with no retention plan. They have also insulted our teachers with a 2% increase proposal.
Yes.
Simply have replaced the 1% NHT, and also they have not considered the band that the teachers were assigned by Ernest & Young to put those persons from band 4 to band 5. Madam Speaker, we don't have to discuss safety because we have seen the level of safety concerns within our schools. Madam Speaker, as it relates to early childhood, it has been proven that the return on a $1 investment in early childhood is up to $17 for a investment in $1 of early childhood. A longitudinal study in Jamaica indicated that 25% in additional earning for those at the age of 22 once they access early childhood education. And at the age of 31, they were earning 43% more than those who did not access early childhood education. Madam Speaker, the returns is clear and one needs to therefore accept and understand. Children who access early childhood education, they earn more. They are significantly less likely to engage in crime. Minister Chang transitions more smoothly through the entire system, are more likely to attend school consistently. They build cognitive foundations for lifelong learning, and also they are more likely to complete their education. Madam Speaker, the Minister of Education has started to paint over these cracks and indicated that only 108 early childhood institutions did not have a degree-trained teacher. One access to the census done by the ECI, the Institute, the Early Childhood Institute, indicated that only 1,518 institutions had a trained teacher. To this extent, over 800 institutions are not known to have a trained teacher, and 650 are sure not to have a trained teacher. One wonders, therefore, where did we get that information of 108? Now, this trained teacher must also be established to be an exaggeration because most are diploma trained, despite the government's insistence that they should be degree trained. Additionally, the permanent secretary from the Ministry of Education indicated that they were investing $38 billion in early childhood education when the budget before us indicated only $8.5 billion. So one must wonder where they're getting this information. Madam Speaker,
No,
what we have
hold
seen
on,
here
hold
is
on.
an affront to the Constitution. Madam Speaker, Section 13K2 of the Constitution, the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, insistence that they should be degree trained. Additionally, the permanent secretary from the Ministry of Education indicated that they were investing $38 billion in early childhood education when the budget before us indicated only $8.5 billion. So one
Jamaica. Oh, the money reached from 38 billion to 8 billion. All the money sacrifice education, so. All the labor they sacrifice. Well, them say salvage better than education, you know, so. That's their philosophy. I think that of Daniel. Take it case.
education when the budget before us indicated only $8.5 billion. So one must wonder where they're getting this information. Madam Speaker, what we have seen here is an affront to the Constitution. Madam Speaker, Section 13K2 of the Constitution, the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedom, indicate that it is the right of every child who is a citizen of Jamaica to publicly funded tuition in a public education institution at the pre-primary and primary levels. Madam Speaker, that has not been assessed. And therefore, when the Minister of Education answered in the Standing Finance Committee that she believed that this was actually being implemented, it left me with no further action to take than to seek the court's intervention to determine if this right has been satisfied. Madam Speaker, the system failure is that underfunding is a breach of the constitutional right. Limited state provision of only 15% of the institution is a breach of the constitutional right. Non-compulsory attendance of 30% to 90% are being absent is a breach of the constitutional right. And to that extent, Madam Speaker, on the 7th of April 2026, I filed a constitutional challenge on behalf of the people of Jamaica. And today we are seeking to inform the government that we'll be seeking a constitutional assessment on if the right to a free primary at a free institution is being actually distributed to our children. Madam Speaker, in a just society, education is not a privilege to be managed. It is a right to be guaranteed. It is the true intention of the members on this side to place children at the heart of the Jamaican future. Madam Speaker, in 2011, we reached across the aisle and established the right. I believe in 2026, we should once again reach across the aisle and ensure that the right is actually implemented. Madam Speaker, we are not here only to celebrate its existence, but we want to implement that right in full. Madam Speaker, what we have presented is a clear and present reality that the failures in education gets worse under this government, and that there must be an intervention for our children to once again become the center of development in the Jamaican future.
Mighty God. One day, me and Crawford. So after Donovan Williams gunshot foolishness in our parliament, we were privileged enough. Celine, how you doing, my baby? We were privileged enough to hear Dr. Alfred Dawes' speech. I not even speed this up, I play slow. I play at right pace. Yeah, man. Everybody, take a bathroom break and come back. I want to know full attention, yes, sir. Everybody go get some water. What's up, Annie? Everybody go get some water. I want to know full attention, yes, sir. Full attention. Bless up, Annie. Thank you for that. For those who need a bathroom break, go take a bathroom break. Now, make me look back on some of them things in the meantime where Damian Crawford just put up a while ago for my screenshot. Jesus have mercy. Hey, Father God, we can't make this up, you know? We can't make this up. Yo, we can't make this up, bro. We cannot make this up. Zine? Alright, with that slide here, I say, promise made, children abandoned, failed buses. Then promise children have 40,000 riders per day. Currently, serving under 20,000. Want to hear that? Jamaica, want to hear it? Okay, Annie. Okay, all right. Annie said she want you to go on, Annie did it. Man, make we play.
But, well, Mr. Speaker, I write it on the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority Bill 2026. I desperately want to believe that this Parliament subscribes to Bayesian reasoning rather than the dogmatic entrenchment of partisan positions. That we understand that our positions are not absolute truths, they are probabilities. And through honest debate, through the examination of evidence, we update these probabilities. We move closer to what is right, closer to what works, closer to what the people need.
Right.
We did not come to Parliament to win arguments. We came to Parliament to win a future for the people. And Mr. Speaker, if there was ever a moment that demanded that approach from this chamber, it is now. Hurricane Melissa was the worst disaster to strike this nation in a generation. The assessed damage, over 12 billion US dollars. The people of Western Jamaica, the mother in Maroon, the fisherman in Black River, the farmer in Darlaston, the child in Falmouth, they are not waiting for us to be right. They are waiting for us to get it right. And being right, Mr. Speaker, and getting it right are not always the same. If we are genuine servant leaders, not merely in title, but in practice, then I beg this honorable House, examine the evidence, weigh it honestly, update your positions so that the bill we pass today into law will secure the present of the people who sent us here and the future of the children and grandchildren they are raising in rubble. We were not sent here by the powerful to protect the powerful. We were sent here by the powerless to protect them from the powerful. Mr. Speaker, the man in the street watching these debates is asking one question. What is Narra? The superficial answer is that Narra is a reconstruction body. But the question is not what Narra is. The question is what Narra is for. Is Narra the answer to the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa? Or was Hurricane Melissa the answer to this government's long and deliberate march towards authoritarianism and absolutism?
You see, because him asked the question, nobody can stand to a point of order, you know. That is the question, Jamaica. Let me play it again. That is the question. We still not get 50,000 likes on TikTok and I'm almost done. Right? I'm there for 1.5 hours. Come on, people. I'm still not getting no money going on now. Repeat it. No live goal, no money gone. Nobody not join the big up people may follow me, I follow back. Nobody not join the they call it. Nobody not join the fan club. Forever, big up yourself. Forever Rich, big up. Number 22 in the fan club, big up yourself.
The answer to this government's long and deliberate march was the answer to the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa? Or was Hurricane Melissa the answer to this government's long and deliberate march towards authoritarianism and absolutism? Because, Mr. Speaker, the bill before us does not give power to the people to rebuild their country. It takes power from the people and gives it to one man, accountable to one minister, anointed by one prime minister. What is proposed here today is a bill that entrenches this government long-held desire to concentrate power and resources into the hands of a few and to castrate the state agencies and civil servants whose constitutional roles are to act as watchdogs over every taxpayer dollar. Mr. Speaker, I have searched the Caribbean, the Americas, the globe for a reconstruction body with a similar oversight and accountability framework. I did not find a better model that Jamaica ignored.
Respect
I found that
forever
Jamaica
riches.
invented the worst model.
Say that again, me general.
Globe for a reconstruction body with a similar. Mr. Speaker, I have searched the Caribbean,
What's up, Juicy?
the Americas, the globe for a reconstruction body with a similar oversight and accountability framework. I did not find a better model that Jamaica ignored.
Anthony.
I found that Jamaica invented the worst model. I am convinced that this government has designed the weakest governance model for a disaster reconstruction authority that has ever been assembled by a modern democracy. A model destined by its very architecture to be scandal-ridden, destined to fail in its strategic objectives of efficient, resilient, and meaningful reconstruction of the infrastructure and the lives of Jamaican people. The Prime Minister spoke of Peru. He carried us thousands of miles across the world to find his cautionary tale. But, Mr. Speaker, we need not travel that far. The answers are closer to home. The warnings are in our neighborhood. When Hurricane Dorian swept through the Bahamas in September 2019, a Category 5 storm, the strongest ever to make direct landfall in that nation, the Bahamian government did not reach for a CEO with absolute powers and an advisory board. They built a full governing board of directors with legally bound fiduciary duties. The Disaster Reconstruction Authority Act of 2019 established a separate chairman, a vice chairman, a managing director, not one omnipotent executive answerable to only a prime minister, but a board.
You know why them never want Angela Brownberg. I see that in my background, you know. It can't work. Every point, I beat it for the world fear. Listen to Dr. Nathan Job, the man, Dr. Alfred Dawes, the man show you all of the things them, how other countries have structured their thing, and even with better structure than the Narra as it is right now, they still had massive failure. So why we should not expect massive failure from this Narra bill in its current state? Why shouldn't we expect massive corruption and evidence of massive corruption at some point down the line? All the warning signs are there, Jamaica, and them still pass the bill.
Duties,
Criminal.
with power, with accountability baked into the law itself. The Bahamas did not trust their reconstruction to one man. They trusted it to a board. And yet, this government asks that Jamaica trust ours to one man with no board. On procurement, the very area this bill differs to, with a ministerial order after it passes. The Bahamians wrote the obligation directly into their law. All contracts awarded within a fiscal year must be publicly disclosed. Their audited accounts had to reach the minister within 3 months of the financial year end. But, Mr. Speaker, even with all of that, the Bahamas still had a scandal.
Hear them.
Their forensic audit revealed extreme executive salaries with no basis in performance, companies billing the government for work that they can't prove, and contractors without submitting evidence of a single day's work done, $20 million spent on debris management with non-compliant contractors. The Bahamas had stronger oversight and still fell apart.
Still fail.
And Jamaica, through this government,
No
wants us with
oversight.
weaker oversight
Yes.
to stand with them. Cannot work.
Can't work.
The logic does not hold. The math does not add up. And the people will pay the price.
Yes. Yes.
And then, Mr. Speaker, we look at Haiti.
Let me play that again.
Spent on debris management with non-compliant contractors. The Bahamas had stronger oversight and still fell apart. And Jamaica, through this government, wants us with weaker oversight to stand with them. Cannot work. The logic does not hold. The math does not add up. And the people will pay the price.
Yes. Yeah,
And then, Mr. Speaker, we look at Haiti. When the earthquake of 2010 killed 200. Mr. Speaker, I am begging protection from Waldorf and Statler from the Muppets. What?
Yo, I gotta listen. I don't know what that is. The Muppets. Is that like a cartoon? Oh my God! Oh no! Joy Barnes, what's up, my baby? Alright, big up yourself. Juicy lips. Hold on. Oh my God! Names of the characters in the Muppets. No. No, sir. What we're not gonna do is whoa, he ball out. Yo, Waldorf and who he say? Gaffer. Yo, me can't bother. Me need a screenshot of this. Me sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, Jamaica. No. Look pan Gaffer. Jamaica, look pan Gaffer. Jamaica, look pan Gaffer. Look pan Gaffer, Jamaica. Jeez and peace. No, Mr. Let me tell you something. When I would advise, I want to give the Jamaica Labour Party some unsolicited advice. But before I do, everybody on the TikTok right now, click the link in my bio. Right? Go to my bio, click the link and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Right now. Yeah, man, don't do it right now, man. Click the link in my bio, click on my profile. Click on my profile. Right? If you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube, click the link, go to my bio and subscribe to my YouTube channel. No. Let me take a screenshot of Gaffer. Make me take a screenshot of Gaffer. No, sir. Mighty God. No, that's Alfred Dawson that's money for ramp with. Renard Fender, big up yourself. You just did? Awesome. I only can go up on the live over there too, you know, and click the like button, you know. All I want to know over here up on this TikTok here. If you subscribe, go up on this live over there for Martha Foundation. How you doing, my baby? I want you guys to go over there and hit the like button right now for me. Set away, big up. Thanks for the follow. Who else there? Let me see who else there. Roslyn Garden, big up yourself. Thanks for the follow. No, man. Not me soon showing you next, Maddie. It's Samantha Official. What's up? Thank you for liking the video. Thank you so much. Right? Hey, Sassy, stop calling out the Lord name in vain. You're not praying. Yes, you're right. Can't say nothing. Hey, we can't say nothing to Sassy, you know. When you're right, you're right. No, what Jamaica? This is crazy right now. What my auntie used to say? She used to say again. She have one term what she used to use, man. Yeah, so old people they have one term what they used to use. I never start using it. But me remember it still. Yeah, man, thank you so much, set away. Alright, Samantha, big up. Yo, may I tell you, let me show you the next character with Alfred, Dr. Alfred as I talk about because I never know. What? Look on Walford. Yo, me say, no man. Look on Walford, Jamaica. Everybody supposed to know Walford. Me never know say I saw him name, but look at Walford. Now you tell me, who could this be in the parliament? Who could this be in the parliament? Let me screenshot this. Wow, 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 wow. Who could it be now, Lord? Who could it be now? Knocking on the ballot door. Let me know. No, Mr. Alfred does. You know, say look like say. You know, say look like say. What his name? What is someone name? From St. Mary.
When the earthquake of 2010 killed 200, Mr. Speaker, I am begging protection from Waldorf and Statler from the Muppets.
Waldorf and Statler. My gosh. Why?
When the earthquake of 2010 killed 230,000 people, the Interim Haiti Recovery Commission was co-chaired by the Haitian Prime Minister and Bill Clinton. Voting seats went to the legislature, the judiciary, trade unions, business, diaspora, civil society. They had more governance than Narra in every measurable way. Haiti had every governance structure that this bill refuses to create. And the reconstruction still failed. Jamaica is refusing to create these structures, and we are promising that it will succeed. The lesson from both our neighbors is the same. Elaborate governance does not automatically guarantee success, but the absence of governance guarantees failure. We on this side are not saying that good governance will save us, but we are saying that bad governance will certainly destroy us.
Of course.
Madam, Mr. Speaker, let me go into an area that my colleagues on the other side would prefer I leave unspoken.
Mm-hmm.
The question at the heart of this debate is not merely about governance models. It is about trust. And trust must be earned before it is given.
That's right.
You cannot legislate trust into existence when it has been betrayed so many times,
Over and over and over again. That's right. That's right.
This government is not asking us to trust the system.
No.
They're asking us to trust
them.
them.
Yes.
And those two requests, Mr. Speaker,
Mm-hmm.
are very different things. Are we to believe, are Jamaicans to believe, that the government that closed the corner shops during COVID while big supermarkets operated freely will now protect the small local contractor? Are we to believe that the government that arrested ordinary Jamaicans on the streets for breaching curfew while their very own toasted at uptown parties on no movement days will now apply the rules equally to all?
No, these are not gimmicks, you know. Carol, how are you doing? This is not gimmicks, you know, Jamaica. Why would you believe this is an excellent point by Dr. Alfred Dawes? Why would you believe that this government would act fairly when the time was right on the no movement days And everybody when I get charged, we get locked up if police and take money from you. Just like when they take money from taxi man. You was going to the court. You was going to get locked up. People palm off for grease. Police take whole heap of bribe in the pandemic. Or you got court go pay the hundreds of thousands of dollars how much the judge said. But doctor, you know doctor, fly green, could have tour champagne and oh no movement there, shower labor right, and never get charged. The DPP could have charged him, she don't charge him. As a matter of fact, Jamaica, suppose that the DPP they make the CEO, the former DPP, kiss my mama. Suppose the DPP are the one who get our partner job. For all the wonderful things she has done while she was DPP. Suppose the former DPP is the one that get the job at Narra as the CEO. Mighty God. Your friend pay $100,000 quote. Jamaica, I don't know how people vote for Labour, right? With all of the things them are you're supposed to freshen out the mind the violations of the man them violate the people. Them. You know somebody really like talk about Bigfoot? She's a monster Jezebel. That are the new terminology for Bigfoot. She is a monster Jezebel. She's not a normal Jezebel, you know. You have Jezebel where you have tears of Jezebel. Yeah, man, you see Bible Jezebel, she's one of the monstrous Jezebel there. As described in the Bible. She that. But my God, man, how can you trust a government that did not equally apply the law amongst their own members? In this case, Floyd Green, where no movement is concerned. Floyd Green has now a top position in the Jamaica Labour Party. Where say, share Prince of Persia Jezebel? Something just come in a while ago, Jamaica. Well, I miss what's going on. Yo, what is my phone there? Where my phone there? What's up, Momo? Thanks for the follow, baby. Where my phone there? People look for this, me just make this a while ago. Oh, now I get the exclusive. You guys are getting the exclusive. We just make this a while ago. For the guys see good. Hold on. See there? Yeah, man. Muppet and something, man. See there? Hey, Momo, everybody that just follow. I invite you to join the fan club here. Join the fan club. Yeah, man, join the fan club. Just click join up here, so. Right up here, so. We say show you one more time. Hold on. The two characters them were Dr. Dan talk about a while ago. See there? Gaffer, and the next one. From the Muppets. Happiness, thank you. Yeah, man, Jezebel thief, Abel. They're not Jezebel, man. They're not Jezebel, man. Alright, so when MPs break the rules to protest bad laws, Jamaica, Narra bill, criticism for weak oversight and rush passage concern, interactions with malice, disruption of sitting, suspension and removal from the chamber. In India, mass suspension of over 100 MPs. Wow. Telecommunications bill, additional suspension. So there's a pattern. South Africa, electricity regulation amendment bill, forced removal by security. United Kingdom MPs warned some removed or suspended. That are United Kingdom. MPs named and temporarily suspended in the UK. Australia, frequent short-term ejections, 1 hour rule. MPs expelled from chamber for sitting. Canada. Oh, so Commonwealth cases linked to controversial or fast-track legislation. So when the MP them stand up for the people, them, this is the pattern. Wow, I just got this Jamaica. Let me just show you what's popping right now. We'll go and play Dr. Alfred Dawes.
Are we to believe, are Jamaicans to believe that the government that closed the corner shops during COVID while big supermarkets operated freely will now protect the small local contractor? Are we to believe that the government that arrested ordinary Jamaicans on the streets for breaching curfew while their very own toasted at town parties and no movement days will now apply the rules equally to all? Are we to believe that the government that spent a decade building highways while the side roads of every constituency develop potholes wide enough and deep enough to swallow a vehicle will now prioritize communities that the highways don't reach? Mr. Speaker, are we expected to believe that the government that allowed money to be extracted from the Ministry of Health through overpriced contracts and well-connected companies, dare I say sweetheart deals, while patients slept on chairs in corridors and died waiting for tests to be done, will suddenly become responsible stewards of public health funds? Are we to believe that the government that fought with all its might not to pay doctors, nurses, teachers, civil servants what they deserve, while raising their salaries by 200%, will now put the needs of the people above the interests of the powerful? They could not find the money to pay the nurse who saves lives. They found the money to pay themselves. But now they want us to believe that they will use
Yeah, man, the Narra bill pass. PNP could stop it from pass.
$2 billion to save the lives of the people the nurses serve. Mr. Nurses, teachers, civil servants what they deserve, while raising their salaries by 200%, will now put the needs of the people above the interests of the powerful. They could not find the money to pay the nurse who saves lives. They found the money to pay themselves. But now they want us to believe that they will use $2 trillion to save the lives of the people the nurses serve. Mr. Speaker, Narra in its present form is rubbing butter a puss mouth.
Facts. 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 Facts.
I say that without apology because the people watching these debates understand exactly what this means. It means do not give something precious and powerful to someone who has repeatedly shown you that they will abuse it. And it means if you do, do not pretend you did not know it would happen. We are not being asked to give Narra power and hope for the best. We are being asked to strip Narra of accountability and pretend nothing will go wrong. Mr. Speaker, let us examine precisely what this bill creates at its center. One CEO appointed directly by the Prime Minister, no merit-based selection requirement.
Yeah, man, the PNP have options, man. Some unknowingly, but the PNP have options here. After it go to Senate, can the opposition take it to court? Everybody asking. Yeah, man. Where name? Isaac Buchanan mentioned that on a program that, and I'll play it for you guys.
bill. No independent vetting. No governing board with fiduciary duties. An advisory board only with no power to override, no power to dismiss, no power to compel. They call it an advisory board. But advice without authority is not governance. It is chattings. This CEO, this Caesar, will exercise authority over nearly 2 trillion Jamaican dollars. Yeah. He will select his own auditor annually, subject only to the approval of the cabinet secretary, who serves the same cabinet that appointed Caesar in the first place.
I'm soon go back to stands united when it comes to certain issues. That is why there was a time when, under the leadership of Dr. Blue Bigger Idol, I don't see how that is preventing governance. So I take a different approach.
All right. All right. Do you have any more questions, Mystic?
It look like him gone.
Gone. Okay.
Yeah, man. So yeah, those are my submissions.
Difference between 73E-B.
So morality is not necessary.
And Minister Tufton, because when they looked at
having given the exemption is functus. They are functus, meaning that they don't have no more authority. They can't reopen a matter that they have already adjudicated.
By the Integrity Commission investigators, and I'm doing good. And you? Yes.
I'm great. I'm great as well.
All right. Let me say first and foremost, thank you for the representation that you have given to us in Parliament. We really do appreciate your performance thus far. Right? Excellent performance. Let me give you that kudos.
Thank you.
Now, I want to hear your input as it relates to 77A, Standing Order 77A. I want to ask you your awareness as it relates to 77A. Do you aware of Standing Order 77A?
I'm aware of it, but I think I'd had conversation with Ratigan, and I'm saying that right now the standing orders in its entirety is being reviewed for a new standing order and its rules. I sit on the standing order committee, and so I don't put much to these, because if you institute this at this time, it's only political pageantry. So that's my comment on that.
Okay, all right. I want to share a little bit further just for clarity. Because I had a report that I shared with Brother Ratigan as it relates to standing order. I don't remember the particular section, whether it is 77 subsection 7 or something like that. But anyway, the general argument, right, as it relates to the ethics committee exception. So there are some exceptions. So what we want to clear up here is that, one happy to say that the People's National Party, right, could oppose or bring forth a motion as it relates to 16 members, right? The People's National Party can stand and oppose and bring forward a motion as it relates to that, leading to the Ethics Committee. But this exemption, as it relates to the Ethics Committee, it is telling me that cannot happen based on the exception. And let me just summarize the exception for you. Now, if there is any arm of the subjective investigative body investigate.
No. Here's where you have it. And that's exactly what the Integrity Commission's try 77. I understand what you're saying, that they're
on that side we're clapping.
They have to be united on some things. My thing is, as I said earlier, I am not opposing the bill. I'm saying the bill in its form needs work. The bill in its form needs to find out whether we are actually including people. Because if not, then I will have to publicly say I'm against it. So when the time comes, if I don't see the amendments and I don't see those things which are necessary to ensure that, one, the secrecy aspect of it that is going to send somebody to prison. If you don't put prescribed person and designated persons who they can report to ensure that the disclosure legislation that can allow you to report without being disenfranchised, the access to information, all of these things, if the wording isn't there to circumvent the draconian aspects of it, it's going to affect the people, and I cannot support it. But most importantly, if the bill is going to, in this form, it's going to make Andrew the king of Jamaica, I'm not going to be a part of that.
All right, but let's be absolutely clear. If this bill is going to make Andrew the king of Jamaica and the JLP all decide to vote for it, there's nothing the PNP can do.
No. In the parliament, because you best believe for the Senate get to dabble with that bill, with the King bill. Yeah, because the Constitution says is being, has been, or is likely to be. So the likely to be is going to say, oh, we're not depend on King Andrew business. My lords and my ladies, what are you doing? Argument done.
Yeah, but the point now.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That answer everybody's question. Bolo, after I go to the Senate, can the opposition take it to court? The man is saying before even the Senate can dabble with the bill, they might take it to court in its present form. And they haven't really changed much in the bill for them not to take it to court. All right, my people? So the rest easy. PNP is on the job. Let's continue. I just wanted to reassure you from the words of the lawyer and the representative of the People's National Party and the Jamaican people, Isaac Buchanan. All right? Thank you so much, Kurt. Big up.
Yo, this Caesar will exercise authority over nearly 2 trillion Jamaican dollars. He will select his own auditor annually, subject only to the approval of the cabinet secretary, who serves the same cabinet that appointed Caesar in the first place. So, Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister appoints the CEO. The CEO selects the auditor. The Cabinet Secretary approves the auditor. The Cabinet Secretary serves the Prime Minister. This is not a circle of accountability. This is circling the wagons.
That's right. That's right.
For $2 trillion of public funds. This is what we are signing away. We are being asked to spend the money now and account for it later. But later is too late for the people whose money is being spent today. And if you dare to speak about what is happening inside that authority, Section 14 provides criminal penalties of up to $1 million or 1 year in prison for unauthorized disclosure.
Want to hear that? Unauthorized disclosure of Narra. So if you're going to disclose something in Narra that is going wrong, you talk to the minister, in this case the Prime Minister. You don't go to the public with it. And if you go to the public, 1 year in prison and or $1 million fine.
Money is being spent today. And if you dare to speak about what is happening inside that authority, Section 14 provides criminal penalties of up to $1 million or 1 year in prison for unauthorized disclosure. No
$1 million or 1 year in prison.
Express whistleblower protection clause. None. Then we have a sweeping indemnity regime that can cover even criminal proceedings.
Yeah, it's an official gag order, Lady J. Love. You're absolutely right. It is an official gag order.
So they commit a crime and the taxpayers have to pay for it for their defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have criminalized speaking the truth about Narra and they have indemnified those who abuse it. The watchdog.
Indemnify does mean that they are protected by the law. That's what that means. They will face no legal penalty.
Has been muzzled. The fox has been released. And the chicken coop. They have criminalized speaking the truth about Narra. And they have indemnified those who abuse it. The watchdog has been muzzled. The fox has been released. And the chicken coop is guarded by a CEO who may or may not love fried chicken. Mr. Speaker, Lord Acton warned us, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts. Absolutely.
Yes. And that is exactly what Andrew want to seek to get from this bill. Absolute power. Power corrupts, you know, but absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Lord Acton warned us, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. This government is not merely ignoring that warning. They are writing it into law and calling it efficiency.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister announced that Narra will build a new Kingston Public Hospital, and we always welcome that. But he also announced a new government campus at National Hero Circle. And I have a simple question for this Honorable House. Why is this government building a new home for itself when the people who elected it are still without a home?
Mighty God. Wow. Wow.
The new Parliament building, the new government campus, the new KPH, these were on government wish lists long before Hurricane Melissa arrived. Which is why we ask again, is Melissa the answer to the prayers of the government? Melissa did not create these ambitions. Melissa created the financing to pay for these ambitions. Financing that future generations of Jamaicans will have to repay with interest. The storm destroyed the people's homes. And
my side, we almost reached 50K likes, you know. Everybody tap up the screen for the next 5 minutes. Everybody on the live, let's go.
Government is using the money collected and meant to rebuild those homes to build their own legacy project and home. For 10 years, 10 consecutive years, every major hospital in Western Jamaica has crumbled under the weight of the Cornwall regional debacle. Patients from Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, and Hanover traveled all the way to Kingston because their regional hospital could not serve them. And for 10 years, this government did nothing sufficient. Now Melissa has come. Now there is Melissa money. And what rises to the top of the project list? The government campus, the Parliament building.
My God.
For 10 years, they could not find the money to fix the hospital that serves the West. Now they have found the money and they're spending it on the East. The people who suffer the most are the last in line.
Yeah.
Relax, Rose. Wait. Rose. East, Kingston. Priorities. Rose, of all the people interrupting me. And who decides? The bill is explicit. The cabinet shall cause to be issued the authority and official list of approved projects. Narra cannot even originate its own project list. Every comparable reconstruction body in the world, in the Bahamas, in Haiti, was empowered to identify and originate projects. Narra must wait to be told what to do. The authority has all the power to build, but it has no power to decide what to build. The power to execute is given to Narra. The power to direct is kept by the cabinet. This is not delegation. This is subcontracting corruption.
Yeah.
If the Prime Minister decides that the new Parliament building is a reconstruction and resilience project, it goes on the list and Narra builds it with your money, without a board to question it, without a parliamentary vote on procurement, without an Auditor General review. Mr. Speaker, let me speak to what is truly at stake.
Yeah, man. Them pass the bill, man. Them pass the bill, man. Cash. Oh, yes, a cash. Them pass it.
There is a point of order. It's an internal auditor for 1 year. Mr. Speaker, let me speak to what is truly at stake. Because this is not a debate about institutional design. This is a debate about the future of Jamaica. The destructive force of Hurricane Melissa can be a blessing in disguise. if the short-term pain unlocks the long-term transformation of this country. $2 trillion, the largest injection of capital into this economy in our history. This could solve the age-old problems that have plagued ordinary Jamaicans for generations. It is not the magnitude of the storm that defines a disaster. It is the nation's response to the disaster of the storm. Let us not make this crisis go to waste in building a better Jamaica. We could build roads that do not flood every season, drains that channel water rather than carry away communities, government buildings that do not shame the people who work in them, houses that are designed for Jamaicans to live in with dignity, not relics of an era before Black Jamaicans were smadified. We have the money to build a new Jamaica, but we are choosing the governance structures of the old plantocracy. Instead of heeding 28 civil society organizations, instead of heeding 29 members, I see you, member. 29
I see you, member Marlon Malawofort. I see you. 29 members.
Of heeding 28 civil society organizations. Instead of heeding 29 members, I see you, member. 29 members of parliament. Instead of heeding the joint submission of Jamaicans for Justice and the Jamaica Environment Trust, this government presses forward. The Auditor General, even before this bill has even passed, has already launched a Hurricane Melissa Relief Governance Audit because the patterns of mismanagement were already present. They're visible in the early relief response. The Auditor General is already auditing the relief, and this government is passing a law to keep scrutiny away from the reconstruction. They have seen the scrutiny coming, and they are legislating it away. We are not building the Narra that Jamaica needs. We are building the conditions that will require another Narra when, God forbid, the predicted devastating earthquake strikes or when the next killer storm comes to this beloved island.
What's up, baby?
We are not building back better. We are building forward worse. But this time with $2 trillion to accelerate the next collapse. Worse. Madam, Mr. Speaker, they may pass this bill today.
Chantel, they are level 12 in the fan club. Big up yourself, Chantel. Ba, 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 ba.
Of the numbers. You may ignore the 28 civil society groups. You may dismiss the 29 MPs who have expressed concerns about this bill. You may look past the Bahamian forensic audit, the Haitian failure, the Auditor General's work already in the public domain, your own scandals. You have the power to pass this bill today, but the people have the power to judge you tomorrow.
And I will be judging them, and I will let the people judge them too. Thank you, Webby.
When the people who are suffering from the hurricane,
KK, thanks.
You don't talk. You are the Casanova of sweetheart deals. The Casanova of sweetheart deals.
You see,
when the people who are suffering from the hurricane that passed 6 months ago and now face another hurricane season in 6 weeks, when they realize what was done here today,
and Daryl Vazima talking of the Casanova sweetheart deals,
will never be forgiven. So let go and now face another hurricane season in 6 weeks. When they realize what was done here today, you will never be forgiven. So let my words go down in prophecy. This day will be remembered as the beginning of the end of this government. Because the mother in Maroon Town shall remember. The daughter in Darliston shall remember. The baby in Black River shall remember. The pensioner in Portmore shall remember. They will remember the future.
Working it? That go work?
Just leaving class.
Class, that's interesting. I never knew we were going to class.
Yeah, refreshers course.
May I ask what area?
Jamaica.
Oh, is it the same lady I went to before?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. All right, I like it. I like it. I like it. What time I have work?
I think around 8.
Say hi to the people in the man on Bolo Vienna clips.
Hey guys.
That is foremost a fantasy. If you need your makeup and stuff, for your weddings and stuff like that. She's very busy, so you have to come with one top dollar and also the right
I
timing.
can't even pass this person
Yeah.
like, why would you park behind somebody for so long and leave? If a lucky bear can drive.
Yeah, she deals with the road. She deals with road rage issues, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Yes. Trust me. She looks soft, but she's not soft. But yeah, me there go and talk up the things then. But me send out the invite to you and my next friend of mine, and Isabel Rose. She's a content creator as well, but she talk more of the stuff them me talk. But yeah, yes. But the thing I get heat up right now. We don't want them mark about the politics thing, because already they have the politics.
Oh, you getting into it.
Yeah, man. You man say a while ago. You know about the Narra bill. All your youth them have to go pay back the government for them trillions of US dollar there. Yes, all we have to pay feet. You never know?
What is a Narra bill?
There you go. You need to get up to date. Narra bill is a bill that they passed in Parliament to deal with the redevelopment of infrastructure built with resilience, but the bill is framed in such a way that it gives one person the power to oversee the bill, oversee the spending of the money, and also to appoint the person that will be working at NARA to answer to them and only them. And then the persons that work at NARA won't be legally liable for any illegalities. And they can't speak about anything that's going on there. There's a clause where if they do whistleblow, they will be locked up in jail for 1 year or charged $1 million. Just to give you a small overview of the draconian bill itself. Yes, for you to have an understanding. When I tell you, this bill is set up for these people to rob and steal from us legally. So I expect the People's National Party to take it to court and defend the people of Jamaica, and they will win under the Constitution and the Lord as well. But the fact that they passed the bill itself tells you that they have no shame. They have no shame. These are anybody that passed the bill, in my opinion, is a criminal. I don't business with this. Once they put their signature and said, yeah, to pass the bill, I consider them a criminal. All right? And at the end of the day, we have to pay back those trillions of dollars with interest. So even when me and you pass and gone, we pick them and we pick them, still pay the money, And this is why everybody should have an interest in what is happening in Parliament. It's very important, and since I've gotten older, I've realized the importance. So I'm not the young people and because I stay like one time where all our government I see them, I'm going to two of them and them something, but it is not so. One is fighting for the people and the other is taking advantage of the people. And it's for you to recognize which is which. Just look at the facts and look at their actions. You feel me I deal with? That is it. Well, let me play the last part of Mr. Alfred Dawes. This man is the Marcus Garvey in the Parliament, man. This man is speaking the unadulterated truth.
Mother in Maroon Town shall remember, here today, you will never be forgiven. So let my words go down in prophecy.
Prophecy.
This day will be remembered as the beginning of the end of this government.
Yes.
Because the mother in Maroon Town shall remember.
Yes.
The daughter in Darliston shall remember. The baby in Black River shall remember.
the pensioner in Portmore shall remember.
That's right.
They will remember the future you stole from them.
Yes.
They will remember the better health care you removed from them.
Yes.
They will remember the hope that they lost on this day. History does not remember those who had power. It remembers those who use the power for the benefit of the powerless. This government will be remembered, but I promise you, not for the reason you imagine. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
So Daryl Vaz is in the parliament. Go on! And I talk and I cuss bad and I do all that he's doing. And they didn't see it fit to kick him out of parliament for his bad behavior. But they kicked out Dr. Angela Brownberg for touching the maize. The hypocrisy, ladies and gentlemen. It is real. But pick up Dr. Alfred Dawes, you know what I mean, for standing up and speaking truth about the Narra bill. And yes, we know that the People's National Party is not going to just lie down. They don't have the majority. They couldn't do anything in Parliament, but literally what they did vehemently disagree with the bill. You know who else in Parliament really did a great job in dropping the facts and destroying this bill? Outside of Nikisha Burchell and Mr. All of the persons that did a great job. You know, I don't listen to it. I don't listen to the elder lady, Miss Denise. I don't listen to she yet. But Mr. Omar Newell, mighty God, we have to go to Mr. Omar Newell before I go. But before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you go and subscribe to Formosa Fantasy on YouTube. That's the beautiful lady beside me and Bolo clips. And she's also on TikTok as well. Formosa Fantasy, right? So Formasa. Formosa. Formosa. Hey, me know say we're not gonna unmute, you know. Formosa Fantasy. She does live makeup and she was. Yeah. Me know say we're not gonna do that. I triggered you. I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose. Formosa, ladies and gentlemen. Formosa Fantasy on YouTube and on TikTok. I want to encourage you guys to go and check her out, all right? She does lives every day and does her makeup and stuff. Like I said, if you want to get your graduation, you know, wedding, any function at all, makeup, don't call last minute. Her schedule is tight because she works. So, you know, call and find out. It all depends on the day. So it would be smart for you to one call and set up something with her and get to make sure that she's clear. All right? Yeah. So anyway, we say Miss Denny's mash them up. Well, on them people. Somebody had tell me say Miss Denny's mash them up in a parliament, you know. Mighty God, I didn't listen to her part. Let me check it out. Let me see if I can, because I don't know what about this live stream, but it keeps dropping. It keeps dropping, you know. It just dropped a while ago. Not my live stream that we're doing right now, but the one at the House of Representatives sitting up the Senate. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do that. There's something that happened today at the PBC that I think is important that I want to highlight to you guys. And this has to do with the PAAC meeting. Zine, the man said something very important that I was like, wait, what? The Spark program? I was like, wait, what? Say that again, sir. So I want to share that with you guys.
Appeared for these committees, so because of that experience, I prefer my secretary. Dubbed orphan roads because they have no legislative owners, meaning they were built some years ago largely by developers within housing development and were never formal.
So roads are a real problem in Jamaica. It's one of the top 5 problems in Jamaica under this government. So listen, and the Spark program is what they have boasted about to be the solution. So it's important to know what is being said here.
Normally taken over by the respective municipal corporation. So one of the first things, so based on the fragmentation in the ownership of roads and the variation in the standard of roads, the government took the decision to once and for all.
Hold on, somebody at call. Hold on there, let me see if we can. Oh, accident. Find out if they want to join the live. Can send them a link on the other phone. Do you want to join the live? I can send you a link. We can join the YouTube live. All right. So that was an accident.
Standardize the roads with respect to their construct, with respect to their maintenance schedule, and with respect to their ownership. And construct is important because a good portion of the roads that we have were never engineered in the beginning. There were tracks which were frequented, whether by horse and buggy or people walking, and they were subsequently paved over and became roads. Now, a road which is designed to engineering standards have characteristics such as line of sight. So, you can see things coming. It has things like camber for, stormwater to run off and so on and so forth. And one road that I'm very familiar with is the Junction Road, which leads from St. Mary as a child coming into Kingston. There's nothing about the Junction Road corridor that, vaguely resembles a design road. You can see it was a track that has been paved over. So one of the objectives of the government is to go in and to reconstruct the roads. So the Spark program is the outcome of that deliberation. Now, the Spark program is divided into 2 large components. There's the local roads and then the main road component. And the budget is $40 billion, half of which would go to local roads, and the other half would go to main roads. Now, interestingly, Chairman, when the program was articulated as a road program with the division in financing, as I indicated, again, because of experience and interest, we pointed out to government that doing roads without addressing the underlying water infrastructure is not necessarily the best thing to do. And that basically follows experience that we've had coming from the MIP program and subsequently to the South Coast program, where the government has now accepted that wherever there's going to be a major road project, it should not just be roads, but it should also incorporate all the required infrastructure to convert the corridor, not just into a space to move vehicle, but a corridor that enhances the land contiguous to the road surface and to give value to it. So the Spark program, particularly on the main road component, will include, both components include water supply, and the main road component will also have water supply as well as fiber optic ducts for the fiber backbone infrastructure to be constructed. The impact of the water component, Chairman, members, is that the budget was increased from 40 billion to 45 billion. And I wish to make the point that including the water supply in the Spark program, just like any other road program, adds complications to the project, but it's relatively simple to widen a road. But to widen a road and to design and install a water supply and sewage in some instances makes the undertaking more expensive, and it makes it more complex and difficult. However, it is precisely because of these additional services in the road infrastructure that add value to your property. So property owners proximate to these road projects that have this infrastructure experience a significant capital gain, especially in terms of permissible densities for the use of these lands. So although it is painful, I confess, in some instances to undertake this construction, the fact is that there's a huge windfall in terms of the effect of incorporating this additional infrastructure. So the Spark program, as the first component, the roads were chosen based on community consultation. And in the community consultation, each constituency nominated 10 roads. This consultation was undertaken by the CDF, Constituency Development Fund, and were passed over to the NWA. When these roads are sent over to the NWA, we consult with the Ward Commission to determine which of these need new pipe and which don't. We then undertake detailed design for the new road, and then we issue work order through the ministry to the contractor for implementation. Importantly, Chairman and members, there is a budget for each constituency.
Listen to this.
And that budget is fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at the time of the community consultation,
Mm-hmm.
when the 10 roads are identified,
Mm-hmm.
nobody knows at that point in time what's the cost for the 10 roads or the cost for any of the roads. So notwithstanding the fact that 10 roads were identified,
Yes.
the number of roads that can be undertaken based on the budget depends on the cost of each road.
Jamaica, I want you to point this out, and the reason is this. When the parliamentarians and politicians come into parliament and make these grand announcements, the fine print, the finer details is what you have to pay attention to. Because when they came with the Spark program, it was so grand and it was so wonderful, and see, the roads are going to be fixed. No one said, and I don't remember anybody saying, well, we are choosing 10 roads, but 10 roads might not be fixed based off of the amount of money that the 10 roads is going to cost. They did not have a cost analysis of the 10 roads and how much it's going to cost to fix them. They just chose 10 roads, and so they're doing things backward. So when they come and make these grand announcements, they don't say to you, they just tell you the positives and stuff that will make you go, yeah, man, I'm going to vote for them because, see, progress is coming, here's the Spark program, and all of these things. So now, in the PAAC committee, they're going into detail about, well, that's not necessarily what it is. No, as a matter of fact, that's not what it is. This is the reality. I know we go, but wait a minute, I was excited that the roads are going to be fixed. No. The roads are picked, but not because they're picked, that means they're going to be fixed. They never told us that. And that's important. Let's continue. We are going to work now? Yeah, man, later, man.
No, I'm going to the supermarket.
All right, do your thing,
Then I
man.
go to work.
All right, later. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
To the extent that the first road or the second road chosen are substantial in terms of their costs, is the extent to which limited funds remain from the budget to undertake the other roads. Suffice it to say that
just to make that clear,
Listen.
so you may very well have had 10 roads selected, but in reality, you could only get 3 or 4.
absolutely.
They are costly, and no estimate was done by road when the 10 were identified.
No, those 10 were identified in a community consultation. We have undertaken detailed design for most of the roads, most of the 10 roads identified. But in terms of implementation, we can only implement as many roads as the budget will allow. In some instances, chairman members, MPs have said, well, why don't we just patch the roads and that will give us more roads? Again, that goes against the basic premise of the Spark program. Spark is not a patching program. It is a construction program to deliver roads to a particular standard that will give us a life of 10, 12, 15 years. So it's not a patching program.
Jamaica, you hear that? The Spark program is a program designed to give you substantial roadways that will last for 10 to 15 years. I want to mark that down. As a matter of fact, I don't want TikTok video about it right now. I don't want it to be a 9 wonder. You must hold the government accountable. I don't want it to be a 90 wonder. I really don't want it to be a 90 wonder. You understand? So, yeah. All right.
We can only implement as many rules as the budget will allow. In some instances, chairman members, MPs have said, well, why don't we just patch the road and that will give us more roads? Again, that goes against the basic premise of the Spark program. Spark is not a patching program. It is a construction program to deliver roads to a particular standard that will give us 10, 12, 15 years. So it's not a patching program. The contract for Spark was internationally tendered. Why don't we just patch the road and that will give us we have undertaken detailed design for most of the roads, most of the roads identified. But in terms of implementation, we can only implement as many roads as the budget will allow. In some instances, chairman members, MPs have said, well, why don't we just keep it?
All right, so ladies and gentlemen on TikTok, something you must know about the Spark program. Please pay attention and listen to this.
In some instances, chairman members, MPs have said, well, why don't we just patch the roads and that will give us more roads? Again, that goes against the basic premise of the Spark program. Spark is not a patching program. It is a construction program to deliver roads to a particular standard that will give us a life of 10, 12, 15 years.
When you hear that, I open our whole government accountable. The Spark program road them for the last 10 to 15 years. It's not a patching program. There's another thing he said that's interesting.
Undertaken detailed design for most of the roads, most of the 10 roads identified. But in terms of implementation, we can only implement as many roads as the budget will allow. In some instances, chairman members, MPs have said, well,
so you may very well have had 10 roads selected, but in reality, you could only get 3 or 4.
Absolutely.
They are costly, and no estimate was done by road when the 10 were identified.
No.
So when Andrew and his government they come out and make this grand hooray about the roads, them and Spark program and what it's going to do, really and truly, they were playing Russian roulette with your minds. All right, that's what they were doing pretty much. It's like you got excited over 10 roads being fixed, but then they never told you if the budget does not suffice. You pick 10 roads and only 3 of them actually get fixed because the budget don't allow it. They never mentioned that to you. So the Spark program effectiveness is in question. But we do know that by their own omission, the roads are supposed to last 10 to 15 years when they fix it. So if you see the Spark program fix a road and 3 months after, you see the road mash up because of water and rain, no excuses. But that's how I couldn't know that straight. No excuses. Can you say that this Spark program is going to be the answer to really fixing the roads in Jamaica? Nah, I don't believe that's going to happen. But I just wanted you guys to have the information, all right? So you can hold the government accountable. That is it. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Extreme Beauty, big up yourself. Last night, I sent you one invite, but, you know, you look like you jump off same time. When you say she wrote about James Robertson, why, you know, I've got touch upon that later on, though. Can't do everything one time. Maybe have for 2.5 hours now. I'm going to left you right there, so Jamaica, so. Big up on yourself. I did. Extreme Beauty, me I talk. Sent her a request last night. And, you know, why is my phone looking like this? It look grainy. You look grainy too in Jamaica? Come like something wrong with the phone. You look grainy too, no? The visual look grainy. Come like that phone, come like say it go away, you know. The iPhone, come like it go away. You just have to stop work. Because I old a model. You look grainy from my side though. You was listening to the Parliament. Mm-hmm. All right, Mama. I am going to do that later, yeah, man. Because I never listened to her part of it. So I'm going to do it later. Hear that? Big up on yourself. Having yourself a wonderful day. And thank you guys for making me reach the 50,000. The $50,000. 50,000. Not $50,000. Ivan, big up. The 50,000 likes on TikTok. And big up the 78 people that hit the like button on YouTube and Bolo VNR 2.0. Big up the 40. 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock tonight. 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight, I'll be back. All right, guys? Definitely will be back, God's willing, tonight. If anybody on TikTok wants to bless me with no gift, right now, me did want some money gun, but nobody not send me no money gun. Anybody want to send me some money gun right now, ladies and gentlemen? Before me leave, now is the time. Anybody want to bless up the super chat on YouTube on Bolo VNR 2.0? Now is the time. So me can big up. Anybody want to send some gifts on YouTube? Big up Nats, you know. Nats always send more gift up on YouTube. You know? Big up Nats. Anytime Nats checking, the first thing Nats do, I drop one gift. Poison Ivy, big up. Anybody know what is somebody? In 60 seconds, what is launch of the ADR Policy Development Estate Planning Public Education Campaign? Okay. Okay. All right.
Between 1962 and 1970. Our GDP growth rate was 5.31%. Problem is that sustained right now.
You see every people and that's why you come back. You are weak branch to thief more. Look on this.
All right, people. Later. Thanks for the 50,000 likes, yeah?
It's not perfect. In fact, economic growth is not moving to Jamaica. If you recall that between 1962 and 1970, our GDP growth rate was 5.31%. Problem is that
yeah, man, if phone I lose the visuality.
But don't make him attack, you know, I remember the bullshit in that. But no, God, just listening when him attack about economic growth and that creation. Watch out.
Later, people, here. Thanks for being here.
This administration has one task. Unleash the economic potential.
Look at the economic potential, people. Look, it's just another one there. Then I come with Narra for